California dreaming about you.
Hey guys, SimCoder here, and today we're going to learn how we can display the messages that we receive in the WhatsApp clone app and how we can just display them in the recycler view that we created about 2 lessons ago. So yeah, it will be really simple. All we have to do is create a listener, and apart from that, we are basically done. So let's jump right into the Android project. Let's make this bigger. Okay, so here we are. I'm in the chat activity.java class, and I'm going to create a function called get chat messages. Okay, then I'm going to click Alt Enter, create method get chat messages, and yeah, that will create the function for you. Okay, so here we are. And now I'm simply going to create a database reference, so Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference dot child. And now for the child, I'm going to say chat dot child chat ID, and that's it. And I'm doing this because, as you can remember, our chat messages are stored in here. So imagine this is us, and we have this chat ID that points to here, and then we have a unique ID for each and every single message. So that's exactly what we need. And now, so I'm going to jump back into it. And actually, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to make this a global variable because we also use it here. Okay, so I'm going to delete this, come up top, and say database reference mchat db. And I'm going to say that mchat db equals to Firebase database get instance chat and chat ID, and I'm going to replace in the send message with the mchatdb variable. Okay, now it looks much nicer, and I'm going to come in here in the get chat messages and say mchatdb add child event listener new child event listener, and this will create a bunch of methods for you, but we'll only care about one, which is the onChild added. Okay, so the onChild event listener is a bit different from the other two, which are basically the same, the event listener and the single event listener, because it loops through each and every single child that's below the database reference, and it is the best thing that we can use because, well, we have multiple childs below this, and you'll see a bunch of unique IDs, and the unique IDs will have a bunch of data inside it. So the child event listener is the best way to go about things. So yeah, let's go right ahead. And just one more thing, onChild added means that first of all, it will get all of these childs that are inside it, and then whenever we add a child, it will be called again and create a data snapshot for that specific message, child message. Okay, so yeah, it does exactly what we need. So let's say if data snapshot exists, as always, exists, close that up. Let's say string message equals to nothing, and string creator ID equals to nothing. Okay, just to have something to place inside of the text views. Okay, and now let's say if data snapshot dot child text dot get value different from null. Then we say that, and I'm going to change this message for, in here I believe it is, okay, let me check, because I believe the child is message and not text. No, it is text, okay, text. And we can double check at top or below, yeah, text, okay. So I'm going to change this for text. So text equals to data snapshot child text.getValue.toString. And we always have to place this if, because if the text doesn't exist and we try to do a getValue.toString on it, then the app will crash, because you can't do a toString of a null variable, okay? And I'll do the same thing for the creator, which I'm going to come in here, and yeah, it is just creator. Creator ID equals to this, okay? As easy as that. And now let's say if text, and I'm actually not going to do an if, because we probably don't need it. Okay, so now let's create an object of this message. Say message object, my message equals to new message object, and now we have to check exactly what we need to place in it. And so let's open up the message object, and we need the message ID, the sender ID, and the message. As simple as that. So for the message ID, we can simply say data snapshot dot get key. Okay, then we do creator ID, and finally the text. And now we have our message, and all that we have to do is to add it to the message list and then update the chat adapter and notify it that something changed. Okay, as easy as that. So let's do message list dot add and message. Okay, and I'll simply say mchat adapter dot notify dataset change. And another thing that I want this to do is to scroll down to the last message anytime a message is added. And yeah, so we can do it right now by saying mchat layout manager dot scroll to position message list dot size -1. Okay, and it will scroll automatically to the last element added to the recycler view, which is cool to have. Otherwise, in the beginning, you'd have to scroll through every single message to get to the last one. You could also reverse it and try to do all sorts of things, but I believe this is the best way to go about things. Okay, so now let's just double check. In here, I believe we don't need to do anything else. Yeah. So yeah, let's just run the app and see if everything runs smoothly, and if our recycler view is not crashing or not giving out any errors. Okay, so the app finished loading, and as you can see, these are the messages that we expect both of the users to see in this order. So QWERTY up top, ASD next, and 1, 2, 3 will be the last one. Okay, so let's come in here, click it, and as you can see, they show up with the creators, the message, the text, and everything is done. And if we add a message like hello world, for example, and send it, then it will create it, and it will automatically appear in the recycler view, in the bottom of the recycler view. So yeah, that's it. It is working right now. Obviously, it doesn't look good, and a lot of layouts and UI work would have to go into it, and I intend to do a redesign at the end, so don't worry. But yeah, for now the functionality is working just fine, and yeah, up next we are going to try to send images and see how that works out. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you again tomorrow, and ciao!